Tlakas.
Yeah, I'm as ready as we gonna get.
Okay, I can hear myself.
Turn the microphone. See how the gold is on the sides? You want it to be opposite. Like you have it that way, but it needs to be turned. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
I got you, friend.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, I can hear myself better now.
You got it?
Okay, help me understand. Bitch,
I got you, bitch. I got you.
I do not know.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Y'all are good.
And we are ready.
Welcome. Welcome to Tlakas Tavern. My name is Ahmad.
I was excited that you were here. I was a little premature.
And I am with Lovey.
Nice.
My friend.
And I am with
One of our sponsors, Miss Touch by Tay.
one of our sponsors, Miss Touch by
I didn't feel I wasn't important. And I'm a whole sponsor. Y'all see how you made me feel? They want it. Here we go.
I asked her, I was like, where is our paperwork? Did you not hear me?
Look, there's no
I'm like,
paperwork.
do we
We
have
don't
anything
need
to-
no paperwork.
Outline?
No, hold on. I was trying to be
He said an
professional.
outline.
I was doing the
Piece of
outline, and
scratch
every time
paper
I
or
bring the
something?
paperwork in, I didn't even bring my own tablet. And because when I bring it in, it's like, I don't need all that paper. Well, it is good. Why do we need all this paper? So the first time I come in here, just me.
I have 0 notes.
He clowning you.
Yo, your name is Black Magic. Make them appear.
And the host of the show is Talaka Faces.
Good evening, y'all.
Yes.
My
So-
boo.
It's time to, well, I don't even know where to start at. This has been one interesting day. I was so glad to see Tay in here. She dropped me off a little something today too.
You want to show the people what you
Yeah,
got?
sure.
Go ahead.
I'm loving. So this is the first one, and you know, every time she does my nails, which I'm going tomorrow, don't be looking at my nubs.
Don't be
It says, "Let your light shine." I can't see it. Read it.
Let your light shine so brightly that others can see their way out of the dark.
Yes, because when we get together, man, we be having some dope
Let me
conversations.
see it.
And then they actually light up. So I just have
They
to get
light
some
up.
batteries for it too. And
From
then
Touch by Tay.
I got this other one right here. When she said, I was like, oh, I thought about, my oh yes. And it says,
This little light of mine,
I'm gonna let it shine.
and so
It's
yes.
gonna- Oh, I thought we were gonna do. I thought we were gonna do it. I thought we were gonna do. Never mind.
And I absolutely love it because that's like our go-to sign. Red says she need one. We're gonna see about what we can do to get you. And she brought me something that I really, really need. Oh my God, because I was out and I was feeding.
What else you got?
If you
I
ever
got
need a
my-
blessing, feel free to reach out to me. I will produce
Yes.
the cleanse that you need.
What the hell?
Yes.
What the hell is that?
Blessings
This is
you need. Manifest this.
Pass
It's
it here.
a sage.
It's sage,
It's a sage
sage torch. Yes, and
It's
I
a
need.
cleansing. It's
We
a
have
cleansing
sage
component.
torch in the building.
Yes, because
Our ancestors was
Can
burning
y'all
that
include
shit.
the
Yes.
camera for the show?
Oh,
I understand y'all got personal lives, but there's
Let's like-
people.
well, we're trying to get everybody to go to the
They can see it, damn it.
to go to the Love to Jam radio.com or Love to Jam on Facebook, simply because you can see everything that's going on in here. But these are the signs, and I can't wait to put the batteries in and have them lighten up. And yes,
Yeah.
I love it.
Where are you gonna put them at? You already know.
Oh yeah. So actually,
I'm nosy.
the one about
Yes, you are.
everybody in here is nosy.
True.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. That one's going home, and this little light of mine to see your way out of the darkness. That's going in my office
Okay.
because sometimes when I go in there and I just have to sit in there for a minute and just think about things, and sometimes I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna do whatever it is, and that's that quote right there. That's one of those. I love signs, so that's one of them that's gonna help me keep things going.
Hey,
I like
glad
all
that
signs
that was
except for
able to be a
stop
contribution to your space, boo.
Well,
I like
sometimes
those.
I used to didn't like stop signs either, but stop signs have stopped me. Stop, yield, beware has stopped me. from
Turn
doing
around.
what
No through trucks.
Dead end.
Right. No outlet.
No, that's what I was getting to say no outlet.
No outlet. Oh, you don't see no signs, huh?
Oh, we had that discussion today about stop signs. So yes,
Yeah,
I do.
okay.
We had a
You just
deep,
He
didn't.
said stop.
we had a deep. Oh yeah, I stopped. We had a deep discussion. Shit.
So yeah,
I'm
so
like Fred Flintstone. My bare feet be on the pavement.
Yeah, damn. Stopping like that.
Running this shit.
so man, the shit, them stop signs is the saviors. It's not all. I can go all day, but that's where I'm at now. And we were talking about, you're gonna be looking like, what the hell are they talking about?
Mhm.
But it'll make sense to you. We were talking about because I love my crystals. I am a Christian, but I love my crystals, and I believe all things from the earth God gave us.
You
to use.
You
Anyway,
gotta understand. Shut up.
Sorry.
Don't go there. But I believe that all things from the earth God gave us, and He gave them to us to use. And so we were using these things before modern medicine, and sometimes some of these things are better than modern medicine. So yes, I do. I love my crystals. And we were talking about. I was telling her about when I went to Vegas. Again, there's a store there. What is it? Queendom Cultivations.
Yeah.
And she's the first Black-owned
crystal dealer. Let's say crystal dealer in
crystal
Vegas,
pusher
y'all.
in Vegas. Yes. So, and I went into her store, and it was like every stone I picked up was either a grounding stone, a purging stone, and a stone more or less about
Protection.
Yes.
Those were interesting.
Those were every stone I picked up, and I picked up 2 stones. The other 2 stones I picked up were about wealth and manifesting your dreams.
Aventurine and citrine. How did I know?
I have those.
I need that manifesting your dream stone.
You need some citrine, or you need aventurine, and citrine is real good in that area.
Yeah. And so
citrine is green, and citrine is like a kind of oranges, gold, yellow tint, kind of sort of, with a mix of like clear crystal quartz. So just kind of
and normally
take an approach from a color perspective, and then go from there.
Can I get it on Amazon?
No, do not. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't suggest if that's what you want to do.
No, I'm just kidding. Because I don't know where to find it at. So
I mean, you can
I
find it with me. I'm a whole crystal dealer.
Well, damn.
You can find it with me.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, I would suggest best thing is I'd rather you get it from somebody who physically has crystals. That way you know what you're getting into, and you know that it's something that's authentic. And then also on top of it, when that person gives you that crystal, I'd rather you have somebody who can like transfer like possession to you, like can teach you to transfer possession. So
can you do that?
Yes, that's what I do for a living.
Okay.
So, but I would rather you get into like a lane like that. That way, you know that the stone is actually a stone, and it's not like this resin something that they then poured up and made this custom color for you or whatever. I'd rather you get into a lane like that.
I would love to have that on pinky ring. Love it.
If I would have brought my shit, I would size you up today. I'm cool.
I would have loved to have a.
Well, that's what they're doing with the Moldavite. They have all of this fake Moldavite because someone did a TikTok about Moldavite, and so now Moldavite, everybody's you can't find it anymore.
Explain Moldavite to people. They have no clue what you're talking about. Explain.
So I'm gonna give mine, and I'm gonna let Miss Tay touch on it too.
Moldavite is something you get ready to get me on, because Moldavite is a crystal I ain't never had before. Okay. So come on, bring it to the game.
Moldavite came from, they say, a meteor that hit in the Czechoslovakia like in the late 60s. Okay. It's a really pretty green stone. It's almost glass-like. Okay. But the reason why everybody's after Moldavite now, because they said Moldavite is a very powerful stone. It manifests change in your life. So most people who are looking for it are not even ready for what's going to happen to them. So you're getting these stones and your life is all in turmoil and you're manifesting change into it. And if you don't know how to set your intentions and get your life on the right path, you're bringing more turmoil and trouble and foolishness into your life. But you have to be ready for what you're asking for. And so somebody did a TikTok, and after they did this TikTok, everybody's been buying Moldavite. So it's so much black market Moldavite. It's just glass. It's not even Moldavite that's out there. So you have to be careful with it and get that for sure from a reputable dealer.
So it's called Moldavite crystals.
Yeah, it's just a moldavite
Yeah,
crystal.
just look for man searching and you'll find it.
Yeah, but it's a really pretty, I love green. And then it was something, I just saw it and looked at it and it called me. And so I do know one person in the city that actually have it, but he's not selling it. But I think he's just waiting for the right person to give it to, because he was like, well, why do you want it? And I was like, well, for some strange reason, something's been pulling me to change. Like I said, I'm horrible with getting these names. I was just telling you about the one for protection, the tourmaline.
Yeah, tourmaline.
So that kept pulling me, and I just had bought a whole.
I got like a slew of people right now asking me for tourmaline, and that's like one of the crystals I don't have.
Oh, but it's really pretty.
It's on high demand.
But let me tell you about my experience with that. When I bought it, it was a big, huge piece. Mm-hmm. And as I'm starting, and I was telling people, I'm manifesting so much change in my life. People don't understand it. They think that I'm just talking out my head and all of this other stuff. But he's just moving people and moving things out of my way. And what I'm finding is, as I'm cutting people off, this crystal seriously, I BS you not, within like the last week, the crystal has started just breaking apart. So I had this this is my Shogun right here for protection from radiation, G4, and all this other stuff in the air. But the crystal that I had, that tourmaline piece, was bigger than this, and now it's down to this big.
So why is it breaking off?
Well, one of my friends told me, and I'm gonna let you touch on it. She said, I said, well, it was breaking off, and I was just getting re-cleansing and passing it on. She said, no, don't pass it on.
Hell no, keep every piece of it.
Yeah, but she was like, it's breaking apart because you're evolving, you're changing, and you're waking up, and when all these changes start happening to you, you don't need it. And that's one thing about crystals. You can go out and buy all these things, but if you don't need them, crystals have a way of popping in your life and popping out. It's like, I know I bought it, and I know people hear me. I say, I know I just had this. What happened to it? And it's gone, and it'll be gone for 2 or 3 months, and then pop back up if I need it. A lot of people buy stuff and they don't need it.
What's going to end up happening with all these pieces is she's going to end up keeping a piece, and she's going to come across people on her life path, period. And the Most High or the Spirit or whatever it is that she call it is going to move her, and she's going to give a piece to this person, and then somebody else is going to catch a piece. Somebody else going to catch a piece, but she's going to keep a piece. All these pieces is breaking because she evolving and she's going to the next level. That's literally what's going on with that. Like, man, that's the power of that.
As you're getting rid of your problems, it's just breaking off.
It can happen that way.
Not so much as problems. It's just sometimes it's just awakening. It's just opening your eyes to some things. And it's a lot of stuff that we know, but we don't know how to manifest it. We don't know how to seek it. We don't know how to do it. And sometimes we just need verification of. And as I'm verifying and making peace with the ability to be able to make those changes, it's just this crystal is dissolved. And I'm like, I feel
like it's a verification. Yeah. I feel like that was the perfect word that she used. If a bunch of people would be like, oh, it's part of evolution. I feel like it's verification. Is something is changing its form to show you that you on the right path to go that way. And I'm not going to say if all that faith was in that crystal, because that is not how that goes. We do not sit around and worship rocks.
Right.
Y'all be thinking that's what be going on, and that is not what is going on. We are not sitting around worshiping rocks and shit. We are not, but understand that these rocks that y'all call them, or crystals as we call them, because they are natural elements from the earth, and the Most High provided us with these things. God gave us these things. It's up to us to unlock what they actually mean and to use them the way that we use them. So if we use them the way that we use them, we get the blessing from that thing. Like I said, it's not a form of worship. It's just like working in coalition with this object, this inanimate object, and something is coming from it. So I definitely believe that.
But this is the one thing that really caught my attention when I walked in. And for some, I'm normally attracted to shiny. You know me, y'all know me. I'm the glittery. I'm the glitter.
She glitters. She is rhinestone. She is shiny, and she is super neon and bright, child. that is her thing.
But what attracted me was, I believe it's yellow. It was yellow jasper, and it's not. That is a
very becoming crystal, yellow jasper.
Yeah, and it was in its raw form. And I'm like, what is this for? But it was just the yellow that caught my evening. And I'm reading. I said, "Good evening, Miss Florida. I see you. I see you." It caught my that caught my eye. And she said, "Girl, what is going on with you?" The lady, I was like, "Nothing. I'm just trying to do me and be me." She said, "Well," she said, "this stone tell me you got some haters." She said, "You got some folks that's jealous of you. You got some folks that don't particularly like you. You might need to sit this." I say, "Well, you know what? I think everybody have them." She said, "But yeah, and you might need to take this with you and just hold on to it." And I'm like, not concerned about that. But what really got me was that we were just talking about some of these things at work, and it was like everything that I had conversation about before we made there manifest itself in that shop and what I picked up.
That's crazy. I'm glad that we was talking before the show, before you walked in, Mr. Ahmad. And she was telling me how she went into the crystal shop, and we were discussing the stuff that she was attracted to, and everything that she was attracted to was something literally in the form of grounding and or protection. And usually when you're touching the grounding stone, 9 times out of 10, you're touching something that's in form of protection at the same time. So to see the stones that you have been attracted to this year, because I'm close enough to it, so I get to see the kind of stones that she like and this, that, and the third. And we talk about them and things, but you've been on some strong, like very grounding, like just like on a manifesting level, though, on a protection level, on a peaceful level. Yeah. On a peaceful level, though. Like it's a lot of things that you've been attracted to. I'm definitely curious to see what it is that you are manifesting, because I'm a person, I feel like I'm one of the people that is close to her, that gets to kind of know the personal things that she get into. So I'm definitely curious to see how we round the year out and see what we got popping on the ones and twos, what you got going on in regards to, Saving Minds Coalition, what you have. Listen, y'all, like she came to me and she talked to me about some things, and I pitched the radio show to her. And guess what the fuck she got? A radio show. Yeah. How about you understand that? Like real life. Like she told me what she wanted, and I sat up and I listened, and I just pitched to her what the Most High gave to me, what I saw, what was coming, and I'll be damned if she ain't on this radio, man. Like I'm very excited to see what you got coming.
But that's the thing. So I call Tay my therapist, because every therapist need a therapist. And I go sit down. I ain't gonna tell no tale. I drink my Crown. I drink my wine. I get my nail service, and we have a whole therapy session. And in the midst of this, I'm like, Tay, because I'm like, I really, with this organization and things that I want to do. She's like, friend. She say, shit, you ain't said nothing, but said nothing to nothing. She said, it's finna go down. And I was like, I need to get this office space, blah 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 blah. And a week later,
you had an office space.
It was just,
you speak the things that you want into life, and that's the one thing I pitched to my team. You better speak what you want into existence, and I'm gonna punch you in the chest until you do. I'm gonna beat you upside your head until you speak what you want into existence. She said what she wanted, and all we did was set up and talked about it. She said what she wanted to set forth, what she wanted to do. I be damned, and she must have caught me. I got an office space, and it's on the other side of the beltway from you. What? You got an office space? Like, I think it's dope. I'm so proud of you. And this my elder, y'all. Like, I'm so proud of her. Like, I got her all day, any day, anything that she want, anything that you want to do, I got you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Because it's like, I just sit down, and it's fun. It's like every time we have these conversations, it's like, I want to do such and such. She said, well, bitch, do it. And I'm like, you know what? And when I was like, if it's something that I'm really serious about right then and that day, just like I said, I know we're in the middle of COVID, but I really wanted to do the pearls of wisdom. And she started with the we're doing the interviews. We're doing a documentary on domestic violence. So all of this stuff is rounding out and in the works. And that's why I say, so sometimes, You don't have to tell everybody what you're doing, and that's what I've learned. I'm always trying to share and bring everybody with me, and I know everybody can't go.
Can't do it.
Sometimes you got to get through the door by yourself. And I'm going to tell you this because I know it and I'm young. Sometimes you got to walk through the door by yourself because every door that open ain't meant for everybody to walk through. Walk through the door yourself and then you figure out who the fuck you can take through the door with you.
And that's where I am now, because what I was doing was building all these, these teams. Let's do this, and I was just taking people with me. But and when you do that, it don't last. So that's why, like Saving Minds, we're doing a whole bunch of stuff on the back end. It ain't for everybody to know. But when it is time, it's coming, but it's moving with the right people in the right place. And I'm one of those people, I don't have nothing but time until he call me home. I ain't in no hurry.
I'ma always have some mental shit going on, so I'ma always be like the number one Saving Minds Coalition poster child, because I do suffer from some type of mental health shit in real life. I really do, and I don't have a problem with saying the stuff that I have going on. And I'm her therapist, and she mine too, because I provide therapy for a numerous amount of people. Who do I get my therapy from?
Miss Faces.
I get my therapy when I get to sit with her. I be therapeuting her and she be doing the same shit to me. You understand it? Like it be a whole release all the way around, because I don't get to release with everybody. And it's hard for me to be able to release when I'm providing therapy to 20, 30 different people. Like when you a service provider, I do nails and I do art, but nails has put me into this category where I get to get so close and intimate with people that I get to really just, they'll lean on me. It's not even saying that I'm just like, oh girl, just dump it all over you. I'm not saying that, but when you are welcoming and the environment is open, I provide a peaceful, serene environment for everybody. The environment is different for everybody. The experience is different for each individual. I'm a different type of individual, but I tap into that. And when you come to me, you get therapy, but where do I get it from? And when I get it from Lovey when she come and sit with me. I get it with Ramona when she come and sit with me. I get it from, my personal friends, Elixir. Elixir comes and sits with me. We exchange and we kind of go.
See, now that's dangerous right there when Miss Elixir come, because I came here.
You want me to bring the Crown Apple, friend? Yes, friend.
There's a whole mix and drink going on. It's good, man.
It is, but cocktails and confessions is a very serious thing, because a lot of people don't get to confess the shit that they be on until they get a cocktail in their life. So understand how serious that is. Like,
I know. I had one today. I done had a whole cocktail and confessions and repent session before 3.
See,
Repent.
Yeah, I had to repent for some of the thoughts I had.
Oh, Lord. What the hell you had going on at 3 p.m. on April 6th?
That's between me, that bottle, and the man above.
Okay. So what you want to talk about today, Miss Laka?
Well, we're gonna all pick a subject. I saw something. I read an article. It kind of hit me. It was about, they did a survey of high school students in Arizona. And it was about the ability of the students to be able to communicate with their parents. And what this study found, it was interesting. It's something that we already knew, but it was interesting. What it stated was the most important thing: kids do not want to talk to their parents. They do not want. They rather talk to another adult that can assist them. So they don't want to talk to us. They don't want to talk to their parents about their problems. That's number one. 2, what came out of this is that kids feel like they're under a great deal of pressure from their parents to compete with other children that are succeeding. So they feel like their parents are putting a lot of extra pressure on them to be better than the next person. And this right here is causing undue stress. And then let me give you the last thing, and then we're going to hit all 3. But then the studies, what they said is that, the kids that are doing well, they're like, if I want to play video games on Sundays, all day Sunday, 6 hours, leave me alone. It's not going to stop me from being the good kid that I am. It's not going to stop me from change my GPA from 4.2 to a -1 because I want to have a downtime and have some peace. So that's what they were saying. They want the parents to leave them alone and let them chill just give them their time. And they were doing the studies. I think they said 41% of kids that commit suicide or have suicide attempts. I see you, Taylor. We're gonna get there. Suicide attempts come from not so much broken families, but from families where the communication level is bad. Mom and dad argue, just poor communication within the family. Go ahead.
Okay, so listen, my area in which I want to weigh in on the suicide and the depression or whatever the hell all that is. I don't think that the pressure is so much the family aspect of what's going on. I think that the pressure is coming from like the social media aspect of what the fuck is going on, because the kids are so pressured to feel like they need to make so much money and be sugar babies or whatever and have so many followers on social networking and this, that, the third. Like that is what is driving them to suicide when they are not like the majority of these kids that are posting all this shit, because a bunch of them that are viral or whatever, they young as hell, but they like depressed as fuck. They ain't got no friends, nothing. The only thing they worried about is this whole the look aspect of it all. Yeah. And it's real, and that's where the suicidal aspect of all this is coming from. That's where it is, because when you're not having enough followers or enough people ain't paying you no damn attention, or you're not in a certain tax bracket and making a certain amount of money, or you ain't driving a certain car, or the clothes that you're wearing, or the shoes that you're wearing, or the purse, or the backpack, or the whatever the accessories are, like all these different things. When you got the listen, y'all. The 2000 and the 2020 kids got so much damn pressure because they live under this whole social media aspect, as to where every generation before them wasn't so much worried about the what do I look like. We worried about what we look like. Yes, we are, but we are not so pressed about what we look like that we losing sleep and we killing ourselves. Like that's where the pressure of that shit is coming from. They pressuring the current generation so tough towards like the outward aspect with filters, Snapchat, motherfucking all these different like social media aspects. Like the pressure is so much on how many people do you have following you, how many people do you have liking and loving your fucking pictures, how many people are trying to chase you down and take selfies with you type of shit, like what kind of car you driving, what kind of clothes you wearing. Like that's the pressure that they have. Meanwhile, what the hell is all of us in this room worried about? What you worried about?
I'm gonna eat when I get out of here.
What you worried about?
Shit, just making sure my car out there.
What you worried about? What you worried about, Lovey? What you worried about, Lovey?
Oh, running out of weed.
Okay, and the one thing I'm worried about is that I ain't got enough money to fund the next business aspect that I got or one of my friends got. Listen, understand that the levels of what we are all concerned about is different things, and what the new generation, aka the millennials, they ain't worried about the shit we worried about. They worried about how they look, the car they driving, this bullshit. Because that's the pressure of where it all is. We wasn't pressured like that. So, and on top of it, I feel like we was just a different generation. So,
Yep.
all of us.
True. Black Panther, what
True.
you got to say?
I'm just listening.
What you mean?
No, go ahead and weigh in.
You ain't listening.
I
You
ain't
on the
about to
show.
shut you down.
Why you
on your
listening
own
on
damn
the show?
I'm on your show and you ain't said 2 words. Say something, nigga. Come on.
I agree.
Oh God, no, this nigga is so fucking whack. He is so fucking whack. This nigga said, I agree.
I agree.
No, seriously, like what do you think is really going on? Do you feel like, what do you feel like is the pressure of today's kids, the millennials, which are aka the 2000 kids plus? What is the pressure on them?
The next post, video,
The next viral thing, the next I I swear that's
If they
where
wanna
pressure
pray-
is.
Well, this is my take on it. This is why I really had nothing to say, because I can't talk about stuff that I don't put energy into and worry about. So I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
That's my
basically
thing,
put
too.
it out there. I can't discuss nothing about that I don't give a fuck about, because it's a wasted. I'm pulling energy.
It's wasted energy.
We had this
I ain't gonna
conversation
even
earlier.
argue with you.
Yeah, so
I feel that.
I don't waste energy on things that I don't give a damn about.
That's my energy as well.
So
Next.
Well, let me be pinky in the brain and try to say the word.
Well,
Yeah,
Mr. Ahmad.
She
what
said
is
pinky
your
and the
next-
brain.
What's your topic of the night then, since you ain't put energy?
my topic of tonight is I didn't have a topic for tonight.
His topic of tonight is how not to give a damn about nothing.
Yeah, that's my topic of tonight. Come on, and
Listen, I
she didn't have my notes.
I stay listen. I ain't got no notes, but the one thing I stay telling my people in my little circle is every action does not require a reaction.
Oh, yeah.
How about that?
Right.
Every action don't require a reaction. You fanning me on the spot. What's wrong for me?
She having a hot flash.
She having a hot flash
Oh, it's the crown coming
Yes,
through my.
crown.
That's it.
Okay.
coming through her
Every
pores.
action does not. It does not. Every action does not require a. It does.
Reaction
And
is
also understand that confrontation is not always negative. How about that?
Right.
See?
Come on.
Well,
Let's be grown about
look, I need more people to understand that.
What, every confrontation?
Confrontation is not always negative. It is not. Sometimes you have to confront a certain type of conversation or whatever the fuck it is to get to the root of whatever it is. And you ain't coming from a negative aspect, but can we talk about it? Can we talk?
Girl, most people
Can we
know.
talk for a minute?
That's the thing. Most people you can't, because you know me, I have that persona
Mm-hmm.
because I'm the one. Look, I'm the what did my mama
Shit.
say? I'm the bull in the china cabinet.
It take a certain type of person to keep to.
To-
I'm a person
Yeah,
that can kind of lock a. Listen, ma'am, that's who I am in her life, ma'am.
Yeah, I can tell you, I'm not. I am not for everybody, and that's what everybody don't think. You know,
I don't understand how that could be. You're like the sweetest lady
You are
ever.
the sweetest. You are one of the most genuine people, and
You're fucking
the one
hilarious.
thing,
And
you
you
are
are
hilarious
on accident.
But the one thing is, I trust your intuitive in regards to my life, like I trust my mama shit. Like, because you ain't never came at me with nothing false. And listen, y'all, she took me on a hot date one Saturday.
Yes.
Woo! I'm an artist, and she took me to a whole vintage art museum, and oh my god, like when I say tap into somebody's intellectual, like she tapped into my intellectual, which showed me that she cared about the thing that I be on in regards to life. Like that was one of the first. That wasn't one of the first things. It was one of the things that just really showed me that she cared, because she didn't take somebody else. She chose to take me, and she just gave me an address and was just like, meet me here at this time.
And it was so
Ooh.
proud.
And I pulled up outside and didn't know where the hell we was going, because we outside this warehouse, and we walk into this warehouse, and it is this whole. It's just a wet dream for artists. Real life.
A lituation.
But this is the thing, you would have never suspected none of that. And I was like, friend, come here, we got to show you some shit. And when the shit that was in there, y'all wouldn't.
I was shouting like the whole time I was inside this little warehouse. Like it was. I'm not gonna say no names. I'm not gonna say where I was. Just understand like what she took me to in regards to the type of art that I do. It showed me that she actually cared about what I feed into her and the type of artistic perspective that I present to the world. Because she chose to take me and she didn't take somebody else. Like, man,
But that
it was
an experience.
it was very, 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 very serious, and I very much so enjoyed that, because I didn't get to share that with, like, I do a trillion art shows. I paint and shit, so I do a lot of art shows. I got to share that with her, myself, and the person who owned that space, and wasn't nobody else there. So I got to like touch, look, whatever the hell for all the time that I wanted to. Like I got to just look at everything, take it in. It was quiet, with nobody there. Just it was an amazing experience. And then I had like this bomb ass food afterwards. Like it was dope as hell. It was super dope. So
Now that's one thing. I can find an adventure.
yes, she can. She found an adventure. She took me on a whole adventure on the day. So that was like a hot little date for a player. That was serious. That was
I think that's my specialty. I can come up with some good stuff.
I was just fussing at her before we got on the radio about, listen, ma'am, so I'm busy for the rest of April, but early May or in May sometime, can we get a hot date to the winery or something when you're getting your face beat? And we want to go. It ain't even an I, it's a we. Understand, my team is a we. It's a few of us that's like, so I could get her face beat going to the black winery. We all trying to go, and I've been kind of saying something about that today.
Yeah, we're gonna get that done. Oh, but I know we got to get ready to go on break. But I just want to confirm, because I know I'll be in Atlanta the 23rd, but I think that's the weekend. Y'all
we gonna be there. We have an art show. Listen, y'all. We have a collective art show, a collective art platform, Wino Tour. It has been here in Houston, but we taking it to Atlanta. The next spot we taking it to is Dallas, and then the next spot we taking it to is Oklahoma City. I'm the creative director over it all, so I'm kind of controlling what the hell we doing at this time and where we going. But we are gonna be in Atlanta when you in Atlanta. Our show is April 24th. Yes,
that's gonna be.
It is right next door to motherfucking 2 Chainz spot. I love me some 2 Chainz. I'm ratchet. I like me some 2 Chainz, y'all. But the venue that we have is right next door to the Escobar, so it's kind of right off the downtown area of Atlanta. So if you are in Atlanta, April 24th, fool with us. We have a full collective art platform, i.e. poet, rapper, lyricist, artist, MC, whatever the hell all that shit is. We got every little aspect of what's going on. We got we got a comedian. Only thing I feel like we don't have right now is a singer. Real shit. So.
We got plenty of those.
Well, Tiffany, she will try.
Right.
No, Tiffany is listen.
She
MC, so she gonna be singing in MCing, hosting, whatever. So if you are in the Atlanta area, April 24th, we will be in Atlanta on Peter Street, 333 Peter Street, literally right next door to the Escobar.
Okay. Well, I know it's time for us to take for a break. So we're gonna roll into a break on that, and we'll be back with some more from Black Magic, his words of wisdom for today.